Hey guys, Kev here, and the time has come. I would like to see what's inside of this bad boy. You guys in for it? Alright, cool. Sounds good. Didn't even wait for an answer, because I knew what you were going to say. You were going to say, yes sirree, Bob. Alright, let's do the thing. Alright, so we have the Remette Peregrine Falcon. And we're going to try to do a couple things today. We're going to attempt to put skiffs in there if we can. Possible pivot lock situation that we can't. And then we also are going to try and put tritium in it. I think I have, I have UV glue and a UV light, which I need to be careful with. All right, first, let's take this puppy apart and see what is inside one of the coolest knives I've tried this year, guys. Excellent knife. I really love it. Off camera, I spine whacked it because I was in a group chat and Rochambeau pointed out that there was some YouTube video out there where a guy was using some crazy machine sex contraption to spine whack test knives, and this one failed. Now, this is the second batch, so there's a couple things here. One, this is the second batch. It's possible they made updates. Two, I'm not using some crazy machine that I think is going way too far. Three, I'm hitting it on this, right? You can see I'm taking chunks out of this thing. But there's a lot of factors, right? And number four, every knife is different. You know, you could get one knife that fails and 100 other ones that don't, just because something's a little bit off in the geometry, right? So I think if you're gonna say that a knife fails and you know, do all that, if you're gonna go through all the testing, you should probably test at least two. That would be my thinking on it. I don't care enough for that. I am more likely to fail the knife myself than have it fail, right? I'm more likely to accidentally squeeze somewhere accidentally, right? Which I don't really think is a big problem with this knife because I have a large glove-sized hand and I can bear down on this and I have no problem. My thumb's going to be up here. It would never be here. And you can drop your thumb there if you know you're holding this knife. So, and then left-handed, no problem at all, right? The only issue I have with it is sometimes when I flick it, I have my thumb right, or my index finger here, and I kind of hear that rattle because it kind of hit and then kind of clacked and then it opened up. So, yeah, I don't know. Hold on one second. All right, let's see if we can get this done. So, one other thing I wanted to mention in the unboxing video that I didn't get to mention was it looks like these are T6s. I would love to see those be T8s. And I have to figure out how this comes apart. I'm assuming the button is just gonna unscrew for me because I have no other way to get that pivot out. So, I'm guessing I'll be able to just unscrew it with my thumb, I guess, which is interesting because you can't really Loctite it then, I guess, unless you're being super careful, you know. But it looks like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Is it loosening at all? I don't know. Feels like it. Oh. Maybe there's genius. Man, they're so smart. They're so smart. I haven't seen a setup like this. Now, I could be wrong, but check it out. Still perfectly operable like this. And I wonder, it would be cool if you could flip it over to be left-handed, you know, the button. I'm guessing you can't, but that would have been a cool setup. Oh wait, that wouldn't work with the liner, but anyway, look at that. That's your actual pivot screw. Pretty smart. So I'm gonna grab my tools that I use for flashlight stuff, because I think they're gonna come in handy here actually. Let's try this one first. Little snap ring pliers, if I can just get those in the notch. If it happens to be small enough. Nope. All right, that didn't work. Let's try the tweezers. I have some different tweezers. Maybe I'll be able to notch a set in there. Let's try these. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work either, is it? Now I'm thinking, what about a little card? Yeah, mine are all set up for a different kind of angle, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's in there. That's awkward. Kind of hard to turn it, you know what I mean? Now, what I would use is a flathead. Do they give you, let me just check. Maybe they give you something, because you would think if you have a specific pivot like this that they would give you a tool, right? Okay. So that would be one other bit of feedback I would give to Remette. I'd love to see some kind of tool here. Oh, wait, let me double check. Maybe there's some kind of weird shit going on. Sometimes they have stuff like built into the backspacers and all types of weird stuff. I don't think that's the case here. So would the clip work as a tool? No. And you can't push this down far enough to clear it so you could, you know, put like a flathead in there. Unless I could push it out, but I can't. So I need something to get on both sides, which is a tough thing. So like a flathead, I don't know if that's gonna work. I can try it, but probably gonna end up scratching something here. I can notch it in, and then it, yeah, see, I'm just marring up the section there, because it's hard to, wait, what? It's coming out, but that doesn't help, right? I can't pull that out, can I? Can I unscrew this? Can I unthread it from the other side? Like if I push down on this, it doesn't go down enough that I can, you know. I don't have small enough hands to unscrew it. Don't think that's gonna work. No, wait. It's not coming out, is it? If I take these out, it's just gonna take that apart. It's not gonna help me. That's our pivot. I gotta get that loose somehow. Basically, I need 2 of these, right? Like that. I have, like I said, I have snap ring pliers, but I just don't think they will work. Is there another flathead in here? No. I need another flathead. That's one start. Try it that way. Here's one. Be kind of tough though, you know? Even if you have 2, you know? Like how do you hold 2 at the same time? Okay, there's one. Yeah, see, this is gonna be real hard. Okay. Huh. just marring up stuff. Finger bit can't help me here, unfortunately. All right, so let me try. This guy. Because this one's thin. Like, here's like a spanner bit. I wonder if that would work. Maybe that's what I need, a spanner bit. Unfortunately, I don't have a set of them. But I have a small flathead here. So if I take this, right? Let's try this again. Maybe I use a longer one to get a little leverage. I'm probably some kind of tool I'm just missing, but seriously. Oh. It's a triangle bit. I have a flathead. Look how small that one is, though. These are tiny flatheads. Look at that. So small. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay. Yeah. My dual driver. I have a dual driver here. Now let's see if that was enough to just break it so I can... Yeah. All right. Okay. That's interesting, huh? We'll see when we get it apart if there's a certain way. You know, there's probably something I missed that was very easy. You guys let me know. Ah, yeah, we got these. Got these bearings, but they're good ones, so that's a good sign. So here's a stop pin. Let me just keep my eye on stuff while we're here. Okay, so that goes there. Look at this, guys. This is cool. All right. So we have this part that goes, that's your button with a spring that goes over your pivot, which is wild. And then in here is a, well, can you, no, you can't assemble it. Can't assemble this after. Nice big pivot screw though. So this goes in here, obviously. It's like a little piston rod. And then this goes in here. I'm guessing, right? And that pushes the lock bar. Pushes that little tab right there. It's a little leaf spring, or I don't know what you would call that. And that is connected to the lock bar. And when you push on it, it pushes the lock over. Makes perfect sense. It's underneath the liner. And then, so how do you get the, you can't get the pivot out without removing, okay, we gotta go a little deeper here to see everything. Now look at this, you have your pivot sort of collar there held on by this. So that T6 is holding on your collar. And then I guess, well, the pivot's not really locking it in. How is that staying so perfectly in there without any other... Ah! Almost lost a washer. I'm curious on that. Well, it's centralized really well, I guess. The screw is. Look how small that screw is. And that's it, yeah. So we can get it off. It must be held in another... Ah! They have like a little ring collar around that, and that goes on there. Genius. Very, very cool. All right. We're gonna get a family picture here once I get it all apart. So that's all the parts on here. The blade obviously has all these parts. I mean, just this, but there, look at that. Beautiful thing. D10 hole and a D10 track. Yes, sir. I'm happy. Thank you. All right, let's put this away for now. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized. So we're not gonna be able to do skiffs until I can get Skiff to make skiffs for these, which it's gonna be hard because they're all different, you know? Every one of these pivot lock knives has different bearings, it seems. These are nice, I like them. All right, let's get this apart. This is interesting to me. So I'm gonna try to keep the screws with the part. So here we have 2 T6s on either side and another one down here. So that is holding in, I guess, this cover. Well, actually, I think it's holding the whole lock bar over the pivot. Let's see. All the same? Yeah. So now this piece comes off. I think. Well, now the pivot's holding that in. Ah. Then there's 2 more. I thought that was just for an insert. The steel lock bar insert is also connected to that tab. Interesting. Wow, this is such a cool design, guys. These screws are tiny, though. Be careful. I'm apt to strip some shit here. So here's your lock bar, essentially. Liner / lock bar. This goes with this. And then this piece can slide out, I guess. I mean, it has to, I think. Oh. You kind of have, I think you have to depress it to kind of get it to slide out. Right? Nope, there it goes. All right. So here is both your lock bar insert, lock up for the blade right here, detent ball for the detent, and then this is your little poker. That little indent there gets poked by this. This is so cool. Gets poked by this, which sits inside of the pivot, right? And is also then has this thing on it. Like this. So you see that cup over there? That's where it threads in, I guess. Let me try a little bit better here. I think so. Or is it the other way around? Nope, there you go. So that guy threads on there. The pivot goes through it. Oh, shit. So it goes through the pivot. Then the spring then gets screwed on. Oh, that little circle sits inside the spring, and I guess that helps it depress a certain way. Look at that. It's just coiling around the spring. Is that right? Doesn't look right to me. Oh, well, I guess normally, there's the pivot cut. Where's the scale? Normally the scale would be there to block it, right? So this would actually sit, sorry, I know this is an odd explanation, but this would sit on here. Then this goes through. Why is that not working? Oh, it only goes through a certain way. Look at that. It's got an angle on it, and so does that. Interesting. Man, they really engineered the shit out of this. Okay. So then this sits in here, obviously. This is how we had to get it out. This, so the the inside of the scale, obviously, where that screw sits is what protects the spring from getting scrunched up like I showed you. So then this goes on top, you push the button pushes through here, obviously, through the pivot and into here. And then this thing is inside of the pivot and gets punched by that rod, and that bends the liner over, pushing it out of the way, and then the blade falls. And that's how it works with a button and a detent. And then you also have you have this sticking out of the frame that you can push as well to disengage the lock. Man, it's freaking awesome. That is a lot of engineering. Very cool. All right, so we have one more piece to remove. This guy right, well, we can take the pivot out now. There's the pivot. Wow, that is a thick piece. Look at all that, jeez. So we get this collar out. Another screw. They do all seem to be very similar, but I'm trying to be careful. Then we have a back spacer, which is probably being held on by the, oh, that one was loose. There's barrels in there as well. Okay, we're just adding to the fun here. And the clip. Yeesh. All right. Here's the clip. And then we have the back spacer. And there is our fully disassembled Remette Peregrine Falcon. Wow. That is crazy, dude. That is a wild design. Okay, so let's just try to organize this a little bit. I want to keep these screws with these just so I have them kind of organized a little bit. These go with the clip. And this is definitely gonna be my thumbnail for the video. Man, keep getting calls. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. It was my contractor getting a little bit more work done on the deck because the sun is just blasting down and we don't have any protection, not a good setup with an umbrella, so we're gonna get something built. Anyway, here is the deconstructed Remette Peregrine Falcon. I'm gonna try to get a good thumbnail shot because, well, how often do you take a knife like this down to the studs? Not very often. So just give me a moment. I'm gonna take some pictures, but take a look around, see what you think. There's a lot of parts, guys. A lot of parts. It is not for the faint of heart. If you're gonna take this knife apart, now I will say it's pretty straightforward. There's no, like, I don't know. We'll see when I get it back together, but I don't think it's gonna be a pain like the Remette we did with the pivot lock system. I think it'll be easier than that. So I don't know if I marked it up here or something. Oh no, there it goes, a little white. I don't know what that was. We have a little mark here from the clip, but that's about it. I really like this color of bronze titanium. So you have your collars, right? You have your clip, you have your insert slash leaf tab, whatever that thing's called. You have obviously just body screws. You have your bearings. You have one steel washer because the other side has the liner here. So you have your lock bar liner, and you have your back spacer. You have some barrels, stop pin. You have the pivot button assembly. You have the pivot. You have the little tab that pushes the other tab, or the little, I don't know what you would call it, rod, I don't know. You have the pivot screw, technically. This is the pivot cap, I guess, but it's also the pivot assembly, I suppose. And then you have the 2 scales and the blade. How about them apples? Lots of stuff. So I guess we'll put it back together now, right? I want to clean it, so let's do that first. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to solve that centering issue because, well, I can't swap the bearings. So I can flip the washer, and maybe that'll help. We'll see. But it wasn't bad. I could probably maybe see about loosening the pivot, because I think the blade came over this way when I loosened it. So that means it was kind of over tightened maybe. So we might be able to bring it back a little to center it. So we'll see. But just wiping off everything. The D10 hole is right here. Let's take a little John piece and clean that out. Oh, we might as well do the tritium real quick. Probably better to do it now while I have the parts deconstructed. Oh, look at that. Oh, you know what that is? I think that's ink. It's ink from the cloth, the red cloth. I thought that was like some kind of oil. Let me get that out of there. That's not good. Red stuff. Pretty thin piece right here, but I guess you're not going to be, you know, well, somebody might hit it with a hammer to spine whack test it. All right, so let's look at this tritium and see. So here's the tritium I have. This is real tritium as opposed to fake, I guess. I don't know. I have different colors. I have, you know, whatever. I have different sizes even. I think these are the small ones, or maybe, I don't remember. So, yeah. This is I don't know what I would be. Indigo. Here's red. Here's orange. Here is, what is this? Oh, these are the small ones, maybe. Some of them are different sizes, you can see. These are white. And then we have one of these tiny ones. That's what I was thinking of right there. And then we have green. And whatever this is. I don't even know what this is. I think these are green. Maybe we should we do green? Maybe a green and an orange. Do I have... See, I have 3 of these, which is the perfect number for a flashlight mod. So I kind of want to save the ones that have 3 or 6. This one has 5. So 5 might be good. We can take one of those. The white, I have 3. I have a bunch of green. I have, obviously, these. So, maybe one of these and one of these. I just don't know what color this is. Eye. What the hell is an eye? Blue, right? Ice. That's what it is. Ice. So it's ice blue. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do an ice blue and a green. What do you guys think? Let's try that. So let's see if we can't do it first. Let's start with that part. See if it fits. Sometimes I find tweezers to be a little bit easier with this. Grab those, these kind. Be easier to grab the ones that... All right, let's see. Here's the clip. This one's going to be easy, so it should just drop in. I can just put the glue on it, drop it in, hit it, done. No problem. The hard one is going to be this one because it has the, it's open on one side. So I have to get it in there, right? And then it has to stay in the middle. And then I have to hit it with the UV to try to get it to glue, right? So it's going to be a little harder. But I think I can do it if I can manage to straighten it out in there with something somehow. I don't know. Look, just going crazy in there. Like if I can get it like that, it's over to one side. See, it's over to this side. That's the hard thing with this, but we'll get there. So, which one should we do first? I think blue on the, maybe green on the blade, blue on the clip. So, this was the blue one, I think. Maybe we should just try to do the hard one first. Let me, I don't know if I've ever used the glue properly. I've tested it. I'm trying to think of a way I could get it to, if I lay it down, but I don't know how that would help. It needs to be like centered somehow. How do I center it? See how it wants to just fall to a side. If I hold it as I do it, I don't know. Could maybe try to just put 2 in there. Right? I could put 1 in and then drop another one on top of it after I glue it. Let's try that. All right, first let's get the glue out. So apparently the way this glue works is you put it on, and then once you hit it with UV, which is this, it cures, and that's it. But you got to be careful because you don't want it to get you don't want it to get UV light on it in the interim. So where are the, I thought I had little things to apply it with. I don't. Okay, I just have this. Got it. Thought I had a little needle things or something. I wonder if those would work. Would that fit on here? No, it has a little head on it. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna give it a shot, guys. Right? Why not? What's it gonna hurt? So I'm just gonna lay it on here, I think, so I don't get shit all over my tray for now. Can you guys see everything? Hopefully you can see. All right, let's see if we can do this. This is probably not how you do it. Just bear with me. Put a drop on here. So it's covered in it on one side. So I want to get that side to be the bottom here. Roll it over. Okay, just stick into this. Got it? So maybe it'll be easier than we think to center it because it's got the glue all over it. Right? I think I can get 2 in there though. So I'm going to try this one first. I'm just going to hit it and see what happens. Oh, get this out of the way. You don't want to. Okay. So obviously I got some on here that I didn't want to, but I'm sure I can use a little bit of acetone and get that off. I'm not too worried about it, but I think it's in there. That's kind of cool. So let's see if we drop another one inside of it, what happens. Because we had 5, right? Yeah, okay. Ooh, it would be kind of cool if we did different colors though. Would that be cool? I don't know. Let's find out. What if, fuck it, what if we did orange? And we can have 3 like neon colors. I wish I had pink. Pink would be cool, but what are you gonna do? Okay. Coat it. Grab it. Drop it in there. Maybe this time I can just wipe this off first. Okay, where's that glue? Put this somewhere I don't UV it. Oh, here. Wow, that looks cool. You have the blue on one side and the orange on the other. Okay. So we got those done. They're both inside there. They're not sticking out, so that's cool. And then we wanted to do green on the clip. This one should be easy, but we'll see. Maybe I'm misreading it. Well, I have green right here. Why don't I'll just use that, easier to get to. Now this looks like you could fit a longer one in here, you know? Come on, I just need one. Oh, one came out, nice. So again, just gonna put it down. Try to center it a little bit. Okay, put the glue over there. Probably not gonna help going around the side here, but just, I have no idea what I'm doing, so just trying to, you know, just as bright as it gets. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's like a time you're supposed to hit it for. I've heard it's instant, but I don't know. Let's see. Didn't come out. Did that one move? I don't think so. So let me just, to be safe, hold it on there a minute. Maybe there's like a minute you're supposed to do it. I don't know. I think I heard it was instant, but not positive. Okay. And then, you gotta be kidding me. I had acetone, but it's gone. I don't know how, it must have leaked out, or did it dissipate? I don't know. Well, I might have to see if my wife has nail polish remover. That sucks. I'll have to order more, but I was gonna just take acetone and clean off the blade, but oh, maybe it's okay. It doesn't look too, these parts look a little rough. Oh, they just chip off. Okay. That doesn't bode well for the glue in there, but okay, cool. Let's get the knife back together now. Hopefully you guys had some interest in that part. I thought it was kind of cool. The fact that they have tritium slots on it, I thought it would be cool, especially since I'm going to pass the knife around. You know, it'd be kind of cool to send it to other people with the tritium in there. Tritium is kind of one of those things that I'm not like gung-ho about or anything, but it can be cool, right? Like, I feel like in this case, it's kind of cool that it... And this is a Norland UV optical adhesive. NOA 61. I got it from Mix Glow. They sell the tritium too. And the tritium's really good, as far as I know. Alright. Put that back. Just trying to tidy up a little bit here. Okay. Whew, where do we start? I don't think we actually got to clean anything, so I think I cleaned the blade and this scale. Let's just double check everything. Not much to clean, I just need to wipe off stuff like this. Definitely the lock face areas. Like here, yeah, detemp ball, that kind of stuff. The bearings. Yeah, luckily they use pretty good bearings. I mean, we have, what, Teflon here with ceramic balls, and there's a lot of balls. That's what she said. So I think that's a good setup. All right. So I think what we could do first is maybe try to just put some of these pieces back on that don't need to be off right now, like these collars, right? I don't think this needed to come off in order for me to do anything, right? Did it? I don't think I needed that off to get the tab in. Oh, that's your, is that your over travel? The tab kind of acts as an over travel, I guess, right? And then if it, I guess it would, yeah. Oh, interesting. All right, let's put this on first. Now this is where I need to be careful and not over tighten, which is something I love to do. Tooling's pretty good too, which is nice. So here's the screw for this. Now you want it to be tight because, well, you don't want this moving or anything, but I'm guessing it would be easy to strip, you know what I mean? And that's where I'm trying to be super careful. Yeah, I really like how they did these. Okay. So those are done. Then we could mount this to there, right? Or did I? No, I had to remove that. So I think the pivot would go through first. Let's clean that out. You're definitely going to want to Loctite something. I don't know what yet. We'll figure it all out. Sorry, guys. This is probably going to be a long one just out of the nature of how cool it is and different it is, you know? So that's the inside of the pivot. Pretty clean. Clean the pivot screw real quick, because then I think that's everything that needs to be cleaned. Where is it? This guy? Yeah. If you're going to Loctite anything, I guess it would be this, but you got to do it very lightly because you do not want to over Loctite that piece, you know. Okay. Pivot goes in here. Look at that crazy ass looking. There's the hole. This is wild. So does it go in a certain way and then you rotate it, or was I supposed to take this collar off first? Shit. Oh, wait. That should go in. It's just being weird for some reason. There it goes. All right. So you gotta push that all the way in and then slot this guy up in there. Like that, right? Then you gotta put the liner on, I think. that goes over top like this. And this is an interesting setup. I mean, you gotta, there we go. Just gotta let it kind of get to where it needs to go. We use the detent ball for leverage. I'm hoping the screws will kind of pull it to where it needs to go. Now the screws, I think these are the 3, right? Start with this one. See if I can draw it in a little bit. There we go. Something popped, which I think was a good thing. I'm not tightening them yet. I'm just getting them in so that we can align things. Okay. So that should have aligned everything, and it did. You can see that little nubbin in the center there. You can see the lockups here. This is right down here where it needs to be. So now I can tighten these. When I say tighten, uh-oh, it's just spinning. I did not crank on it. I'm still not cranking on it. Okay, I think it just wasn't seated yet. Yeah, they just weren't seated. Oh, thank God, I thought it was stripped. Okay. Man, the tooling's good. Gotta give them credit. Those are tiny ass screws and they're trusting the shit out of them. I mean, once it's together, I understand it. There's no reason that that would be an issue, you know? So those are all together, right? Now, maybe we could mount the back spacer. We're gonna stack it like a burger, right? So I'd say we put the clip on last. The pivot can't come out now. Clip on last because then it'll knock everything off balance. So I think we could lock in these barrels. Are they D-shaped or anything? I don't think so. Nope, I'll make it easy. Oops, maybe not. Got one in, there's 2. Pin those with my finger. Oh, I do need the clip for this, okay. Well, I could just wait, whatever. I think these are all the same, so I don't think it matters what you do here, but yeah, if these are T8s, I think it would be just a little bit better with T8s, but nothing really wrong with how they did it. Okay. All right, those are in. Stop pin. Stop pin. Something going on there? Is this the wrong pin? Is it have an angle on it or something? Is it in the wrong place? Fits in there, but oh, that's not where the stop pin goes, right? There's no way that wouldn't make sense. Oh, it goes here. I was trying to put it there. It goes here, I think. Oh, we're gonna find out, aren't we? Yeah, you can see the mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of Loctite in there, just so we don't end up with like a rattle from the stop pin. Usually what I'll do is just take a little bit, let it start coming out, so she said, and then put it on the end here. Like that, just a touch. And then that should stop the potential for any rattling. Just a tiny bit. And we can even take the little Q-tips and clean up around it. We're just trying to fill a little space there. It's a little looser than I like, but whatever. All right. I think we can put bearings in now. So let's do this. Let's take heavy, put it on the detent ball. There we go, just a little bit on the track. Track's not really worn in yet. Oh shit! Just put a ton on the detent ball. All right. I'm just gonna make sure I didn't get any on the lock bar. All right, cool. Okay. Next, we are going to put the bearings in. That's right. So I'm gonna flip this washer because I think it might help us with the centering. Might not. Probably just means a little bit of break-in, but we'll see. If I had skips, I would definitely flip it, you know. Okay, so the blade can go on, I think. All right, we should be done with oils. All right, now let's figure this part out. I think this piece needs to stay on the inside, right? Like in here. Then we put this over top. Get the stop pin lined up. So we got everything lined up, stop pins in, all that good stuff, right? Then this goes over this guy. And I need to put Loctite on it. So let's start with that. And again, I want to put a small amount on here because it was kind of hard to get the pivot out, right? So I'm putting a tiny bit there. I don't plan on taking it apart again, so I mean, it's kind of up to you how you want to do it. So I need to get this pin oh, right, it goes in a certain way. I keep forgetting that. So let me just hold the pin. Squeeze it's not together right now. Something's up. Is that everything good? Okay. Hold the pin like this and thread it. Once you get that in, hopefully you can start turning the pivot. Missing any parts? I hope not. It's a lot of parts, guys, so bear with me here. Now we can watch the blade slide over and see.
Sorry, I'm I'm not sure about that.
See, look, it's basically centered there, but well, I don't know why she who will not be named just tried to kick on, but. All right, let's get these screws in, and then we'll, wait. I have an extra screw. I have an extra 2 screws. Now I know where those go. Damn it. Okay. I know exactly where those go. If you were screaming, you were right. Okay. I was just practicing, that's all. No harm done. It's fine. You know, Kev, I was sitting there wondering, like, what are these holes for? Does the stop pin go there? These go here. Kev. That one's not feeling too good right now. Oh, God. It's going to stop. Felt like it was going to strip, but maybe I'm crazy. Seems fine. Okay, I still have 3 body screws. 1 for the clip, 2 for here. That's 3, right? Good? Okay, cool. All right, back to where we were. Stop pin. Wait, blade. You try doing it in real time on camera and all this shit, all right? Before you start talking shit. All right? Whoever you are. Good? Good? All right. Try this again. How's that Loctite? It's gone. I don't know. I can't see it, so it's hard to tell. I need to put a little more on. Just a little, Kev. Let's just try. I got something right here. There we go. I'm not even squeezing, just so you know. I'm just trying to wipe it off of the bobber Jimmy. All right. Okay, we good this time? If this knife works, I'm going to be impressed. Okay, so right now, we're centered. I'm going to tighten that a little more. All right, let's put these screws in, see where we sit, and then we can put the button on. The knife works without the button. So you can test it before you put that button on, because that's the last step, essentially. And I don't think I would Loctite that. I would just, if needed, I would just use my thumb and tighten it down if it ever loosened off. I don't think it's worth risking stripping it, because that threading on that button is very shallow. You're literally just threading that little bit right there in. So let's see, centered. Uh-oh. No detent? Detent feels weaker. Oh. What is going on? Maybe because it's not tightened all the way? Let's see. Yeah, there's quite a bit of tightening there. I didn't check to see if it was loose at all. Oh. It's not loose. Feels a little softer, maybe. A little smoother, too. hard to tell when there's no lash or anything. Centering does look better, but, well, seems to be getting stronger as I go here. Let me just see if tightening it is the key here.
Hey guys, editing Kev here, and it's been 2 or 3 days since I did the disassembly. I just wanted to give you a little update. It's been flawless. D10 has been perfect, so I think I was just being picky, or I just had to tighten that pivot when I did the video. But yeah, it's dialed in. Button works great. Liner lock works great. Everything feels good. And tritium's still in there, so just figured I'd show you guys after a few days. I've been loving this knife. It's excellent. So
think of how that would affect it. Tightening it might, I don't know. So that's as far as I can go before I start feeling, oh yeah, okay, so that does make a difference. Might be something related to that tab pushing certain way when you know. Yeah, now it feels good. Okay, so it just needs to be off center, I guess, to be perfect, unfortunately. This example here, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. So, let's see. This should just thread on. So let's just try. Okay, thumbed it on. Yep, feels great. Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely seems to feel a little lighter than when we started. I don't know if I don't think I did anything, but could just be my memory. That feels good. I don't know. Everything seems fine, but let's just take it apart one more time. Just take a look. Personally, feel like that makes sense. To check. I really hate this system though. Not having a real tool or whatever. So the only thing I could think of is, one, the washer that I flipped over. Right? You have that. Stop pin. We got whatever we needed inside of there, so I don't need to worry about that. Somehow the liner, is it possible that it's like shifted or something? Or not being able to tighten this one as tight as I want? Should definitely get a couple extra screws, but. Okay, so this is loose now. But I don't think there's really different ways to do it. You know, I can't really adjust this or anything. Could I just add a little tension to this bar? You know, maybe. I can't really pull on it right now. And even if I could, I don't know if it would work because of the way the whole thing is set up. Okay, let's just reattach this and see if I had it off or something. I think it was fine. I'm just one of those people that's weird. It's got to be perfect, you know? Yeah, there's a little stop there. There's a little pin. Okay, cool. Let's just see if we can line that up. There. There. See that little pin? Got that in. Perfectly in place. So, I don't know where this one came from, but they're all the same as far as I can tell. Oh, here's another one. Thread backwards to make sure. Just spinning. Scary. Nope. Man, every time I think they're stripped, they're just like, they hit a wall. It's like they're just meant to go in one perfect position. And you gotta get it there. Come on, baby. Yep. Man, that's crazy. Okay, so that's perfectly locked in. I can't recall if it was perfect when I did it last time. This one has little tabs here and here, it seems like. So we want to make sure that those are locked in. Okay, so those are locked in right now. Let me make sure this bottom one is perfect. Last time I did it where I kind of did them all separately. But maybe, or I did them all at once and tried to like tighten them a little bit and then, you know, inch my way back. But maybe you just gotta go for it. See how that just spun? Man, freaks me out every time with this. But they just seem tooled really well. Okay. All right. All of that is locked down. I literally couldn't do it any different if I wanted to. These don't matter, but they're tight. That's tight. Okay. Stop pin. Yeah, that stop pin is very finicky. It's just not a great shape. Oh, it's interesting. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm very focused right now. I don't think there was a problem, but I'm just being extra cautious here. Stop pins in. But is the pivot is the question. See, the detent without anything in there, right, is good. So I don't know what would change once I put the pivot screw in. Shit. Am I good? I think I'm good. I was thinking no, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Okay, that's tight. I was wondering what the hell was going on. It was just like spinning. Yeah, that's the pivot. Yeah, I need to be careful here. I want to make sure that that's... What is going on here? Is one of these screws longer, maybe? Not that it matters, but... Yeah, that one's longer. That's the one that goes in the clip. And this one goes in the body. So keep that in mind. There is one screw that's longer, or maybe a couple. Maybe I just got lucky when I did it. Yeah, now those line up. That's actually something different. Interesting. Okay, so again, let's feel that detent. Oh yeah, that feels great. Okay, so now we just need it to stay that way. Put that there. I'm not even gonna worry about this Loctite bullshit. I'll deal with it if I have to. Keep forgetting, it has a certain angle. Okay. Rocking and rolling, people. Detent. Oh, see, now it's different again. Well, it feels fine. Not as strong as it was a minute ago. Okay. Yeah, it's just... Huh? What is that rattling? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put this on. What could be rattling, Kev? I don't know, maybe the button you didn't put on yet, you dumbass. No rattles, no shakes. Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's a bank vault. Swings down. Centering's, yeah, same as it was. Yeah, just feels a touch softer. But maybe that's just because I cleaned it. That feels great, actually. I think it's just in my head. It's probably just the angle I was, you know, like I was doing the lefty. I'm all the way at the top of the hole. Feels stronger. Doing the righty. That feels stronger. But then you thumb it, and it feels a little weaker. But, I mean, look at it. It's solid. It's not coming out or anything. Yeah, it's good. All in my head. Okay, cool. Now let me just check everything, and then, oh, you were loose, buddy. Are we good? Do I have the right screws? Do I have one of the wrong screws in here again? Let me just check. Yeah, those are the same. I probably just need the finger bit. See, that one's tight as hell. And then you put this one in. And it's tight as hell. Okay, cool. Got it. Yeah, that's not loosening. That, man, something just feels off about the detent. I don't know what it is. It just changes all the time. Now it's... Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy and don't know it. Now it's fine again. All right, I'll spend a little bit of time with it. The only other thing I can think of is, let me just crank it down real quick. Then I wanted to show you the tritium. And then I'll be done. Because this was tight, right? Not much more I can move it though, but let's just see if I... No, I think I need a longer one. It's as tight as I'm going on that. I think that, yeah, but I've said that before and then it just starts feeling different, so. Yep. I think it's just the, you gotta have that pivot tight for whatever reason. Okay, cool. We're good to go. I would probably recommend you do not take it apart and mess with it because they seem to know what they're doing at the factory. And I also can't, unfortunately, I can't like write down exactly what it felt like before I unboxed it or I disassembled it. You know, I'm hoping, I tightened it and then I'm just guessing that washer is gonna break in and it's gonna start just free falling on the button. You know? Yeah, it's already almost there. Very good. And the centering didn't change. It's whatever. Especially for a knife they sent me. Not a big deal. But if you bought it, you know, you could complain if you wanted to. So let's turn the lights off and check this out. I know that took forever and a day, but it's how we roll around here, guys. I mean, technically I am editing this because I got to put a couple parts together, but I don't edit out stuff to make it easier on me or you. I do it because I want you to see the full process. If I hit a snag, I want you to see that snag, you know? Is that smart? I don't know. Do I look like an idiot usually? Yep, but that's okay. I'll look like an idiot so you have more knowledge, you know? All right, it's gonna be difficult because it's not dark out. Maybe I can try to get a video at night tonight and include that because I don't think even, you know, closing the blinds or anything is gonna help. So I'll add a video at the end with the tritium, or maybe I'll put it in the middle somewhere when I installed it so you can see it there and not have to watch the whole video to find it. But man, I really like this knife. I love what Remette's doing. Any frustration in this video is me Has nothing to do with the knife. I don't think they should change the engineering at all. I think it's very smart. And now, yeah, now it feels exactly like it did out of the box. So I just had to, you know, I just had to figure it out. I had to tighten that pivot down all the way. I could see that because you have that thing that pushes, right? That leaf spring or whatever you call that. And the more you tighten the pivot, that could affect that, I guess. And you know, if that has less or more tension on it, could push the lock bar away a little bit. So that would make a difference. Lockup looks about the same, you know, 10% or whatever, 20%. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on this disassembly, reassembly, no skiff swap, and just the really cool internals of this thing. I'm really impressed with it. We were not able to, you know, you can't flip it over to lefty or anything, but I think that's pretty obvious. See, that time I disengaged it with the button lefty on accident. So you gotta kind of raise your finger up to here, fire it out, and then get around the button so you don't accidentally deploy it. Man, this thing is locked up. So, let me know your thoughts. I love you guys. Thanks for suffering with me. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Peace. All right, so here's the Peregrine Falcon with tritium in it. I have orange on this side on the blade, up top where I'm covering it, green down here on the clip, and then blue on the other side on the blade. Pretty cool. I will show you what that looks like with the light on in a second. All right, here it is. So you got green, orange, and blue tritium in there. And we'll see how long it lasts in the pass around. We'll see if the tritium falls out at some point or whatever. It's gonna go around for a while. I'm assuming a lot of people are gonna wanna check this out. So it'll be kind of cool to let them know how the tritium held up in there, I guess. And I just realized the tritium in the blade is actually hidden when it's open. So you can't even see it, but the green, you can. Not that you're gonna have your knife open very much in the dark. All right, love you guys. Peace.